Merci beaucoup et je donne maintenant la parole à Madame Beck.
Dear colleagues, Mr. Singris just reminded us of the debate yesterday and that we have to be aware that there is radical tendencies in Europe again. So when we talk about the Ukraine and the people who suffer there, we are also talking about Europe, and that means we are talking about us and we are talking about the European peace order, which definitely is at stake. Peace in Europe is at risk not only because of the Russian aggression and the annexion of Crimea, but also by the new strength of right-wing nationalist parties which now have entered the European Parliament in a very big number. It must be a warning to us when right-wing politicians like Marine Le Pen are a welcome guest in Moscow at Duma's President Sergei Narishkin. And it must worry us when members of European nationalist and extreme right-wing parties were deployed as observers for the so-called referendum in Crimea, where the Council of Europe and OSCE refused to go. We must be aware that Europe is under threat by far-right and nationalist movements, which are joining forces between West and East. And they all have the same idea. They want to destroy the multicultural, multi-ethnical Europe. And all us Democrats must stand together against this threat because, like we said, this has been doing so much harm in the 20th century. The nationalist propaganda in Russia is alarming. It is influencing people's mind there so much, and many people in Russia really think that in Ukraine, fascism is ruling. This campaign is bringing the Russian people into a dangerous anti-Western mood, whereas we were hoping to build a common and democratic home for all European people, including Russia. We are witnesses of a so-called hybrid war in the east of Ukraine after Crimea has been annexed, and I ask which city will be next? Odessa? Kharkiv? Russia claims to be not involved, but there are so many pictures that show the opposite. The problem in Ukraine is that the Kremlin is keeping the visibility of his intervention below the threshold at which sanctions have to be imposed. So we are not putting sanctions and the Kremlin goes on. We should be aware a forced shift of borders will be the end of peaceful Europe. So I claim, let us not accept the rule of the strongest. We have to stand to international and European law. Only that will keep peace and end the violence which we see now. Thank you.